I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get better. Trust me, dude. I've been fucking up a little bit lately with my accountability, and it's gonna be a long battle. I'm a very unreliable, undependable person, and it sucks. And
hey, it's big that you acknowledge it though. That's a step forward. There you go.
Fucking Manny.
I know.
You got to climb that ladder.
It,
you got to climb that ladder, Phil. And also, you have to bring one. When you tell somebody you're going to bring a ladder.
Oh no, Manny heard about that. God damn it!
All right, we're gonna start right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless podcast. This is for Wednesday, January 20th, but it's coming out Thursday, January 21st, so we could have Sean the McCannable, McCann. Fuck me. We're still going. We're not editing this.
There you go.
Anyways, we're a day late because
and
the
a dollar
inauguration
short
was today. And also, Sean was up in the mountains being Grizzly Adams. As always, I'm your host, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth. We have the co-hosts. Let's go through them. Sean, the McCannable McCann.
Thanks for having me.
The Coco co-host, Manuelas Rojas Martin. And Phil.
I don't know. Did he freeze again? Oh.
And your new president of the Hollingsworthless program's mascot of presidents, Phil Fox. Like the animal. Yeah, what's up, everybody?
All right. So, fuck. I'm gonna have that clip that little part right before I started, so people will know what we're about to talk about. So, we're starting this, or we're recording this right around 5:30. Phil was like, "Hey, I got a new camera. And a mic. Can we, Jay, being my friend, can we, me and you meet earlier so we can test it out?" Sure, Phil. I'll take time out of my day and adjust around you so we can test your shit. No problem.
Oh,
Does 5:20 work? Yeah, Jay, that works. Okay, 5:20 it is, buddy. I set up the meeting at 5:20. Sent out the invite for everybody, told Manny and Sean, hey, you guys don't have to show up till 5:30 when the podcast starts. But Phil, the invite's sent. It's 5:20, whenever you're ready. Sure enough, first person to log in, Sean. Sean logs in. Oh, hey, Sean, you didn't have to, you had like 10 minutes. Oh, no, I know, Jay. By the way, I'm covering all parts on this. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm improvising all parts. Hey Sean, you're early. You didn't. I know, Jay. I just I want to make sure I'm on time. I'll just be here ready to go by 5:30. You and Phil do your thing. Oh, okay, no problem, Sean. Oh, look, another person's joining. That must be Phil. Nope, it's Manny. Manny, what are you doing, buddy? The thing, you're not supposed to be here till 5:30. Oh, I know, Jay, but I'm always on time. Actually, I'm always early. Respect. I respect people's time. I'm going to make sure I'm here early. You and Phil can just do your test. Oh, that's weird. Sean's here. Why is Sean here? Where's Phil? Oh, I don't know, man.
Oh, my
God. 5:28. Oh, look. There's Phil. And here we are. And then Phil starts telling us about his accountability, and he's working on his accountability. And my little ladder comment. Do you want to tell us about that, Phil?
Oh, I don't know if I want to tell you about.
Well, you got her now. That's your punishment.
Sounds like we're gonna talk about it now.
Well, it can't be a great story, because a great story would be that he climbed up one and then jumped off that fucker. But he's here to tell, so go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. So in very Phil fashion, I
Oh God,
continue to fuck up in my life. I was supposed to be doing some painting with a comic friend of ours about a week ago, and I was there on Friday. I showed up on 30 minutes late.
Wait, just to clarify, this guy's giving you work that he's like paying you?
Yeah,
that's great. What a nice dude. That's nice. Okay, go on.
Right, I know. Hey, you want some money, right? You should show up and earn it. So I was just a little tardy in the morning on Friday, and so we worked the full day, and then we needed some extra equipment for the next day, and he asked if I could bring my 4-foot ladder and a
Just to
shop.
clarify real quick, did he ask you or did you go, oh, you know what? Hey, I have a ladder. Don't you worry about it. I'll bring mine.
And I want to also say that he has no idea that you have a 4-foot ladder to offer, so it'd be odd for him to ask you for one. But go ahead and answer.
Okay, well, both of you don't know shit, so fuck off.
So we're both right,
You
100%.
both are absolutely wrong. No. So we used to work together a lot, and he would have a pretty good idea of the equipment that I have. But with that being said, he may have forgotten what tools that I have in my toolbox.
Hey, just pause real quick. So there's this tell that, like, because I watch a lot of these YouTube videos with psychology of a criminal, and what happens is,
Sure.
yeah, sociopaths, narcissists, all these kind of mental acuities. So yeah, that. So this is something I learned. So if I was to say, watch this, Jay, I'm going to ask you right now.
Sure.
Jay, did you kill a person named Bobby?
No.
Okay. Now, if I was to ask you, hey, Jay, did you kill a person named Bobby? And you answered, why would I ever kill somebody named Bobby? Or, come on, look at me. Do I look like somebody who'd kill Bobby? So what we're getting right now is the same kind of answer from our friend Phil. Is so did he ask you, or did you offer up that you had those? And he's like, oh, well, him and I are friends. So he knows what dude, answer the question. Did you say, I have one I can bring? Yes or no? Yes.
What happened was what happened
I'm good at this.
was he said he was going to stop by Home Depot that evening and pick up a shop vac and a 4-foot ladder. At that point, I said, hey, I have a 4-foot ladder and a shop vac at my old apartment, but it's down in an hour south of Seattle. And so I was planning on let me just knit. I was planning on staying 5 minutes away that night. 5 minutes away. And if I would have stayed there, I'm just saying, knowing myself and how shitty of a human I can be, I knew I would have a very high chance of showing up the next day. If I went down south.
Wait, all this stuff though. Wait, real quick. All this shit you're saying, this like fucking novella. Back to Sean's question. So you did say, hey, I have a 4-foot ladder.
Yeah.
I mean, at a point, yes.
Sean, I actually, by the way, I love the setup of legal Sean, lawyer Sean. So lawyer Sean, can you ask him again and handle this, lawyer Sean?
Yeah. So all I need is I got dinner and I got shit to do. Yes or no? Did you offer it up?
Yeah.
I don't care when in the conversation doesn't.
At some point, yes. At some point, I did. Yes.
Did you then, once you figured out in your head that if I go all the way south, it's going to be an hour, whereas opposed I'll just be 5 minutes out. Did you calculate that before you offered up this thing, or did you offer it up, think that up, and just hope he used your imagination to figure out that you wouldn't actually come through with what you said you would? I can't even look at you right now. I'm looking over here.
I plead the fifth. The fifth.
See, do you want me to just tell you what happened? Because I think I do a better job.
Oh wait. Are these closing arguments from legal Sean?
This is
what is this?
This is how it went
legal
down.
Sean. We have PC Manny, and now we have lawyer.
The guy's
Sean.
like, hey, dude, we got to match out of here. Because I got to go get a shot back and I got to get this 4-foot ladder. And Phil's like, dude, I want this guy to like me a lot. And I kind of want to be the dude's. Hey, I got both those things. And the guy's like, dude, I got to get him anyways. So I keep running into this situation where he's like, bro, I can just bring it tomorrow. And he's like, all right, that's fine. That's cool. Then after that, Phil's like in his head, he's like at his house now, 5 minutes away. Now he's not thinking 5 minutes or an hour. He's just like at the place 5 minutes away. And he's like, dude, I'm already here. I don't want to go an hour down there to go deal with this.
Incorrect.
And then you'd think the next thought is, I should call dude or text him and tell him. You'd think.
Tell him
But
what?
that's not how it rolled. Tell him that I'm not going to bring the two. See what I'm saying?
No,
that is what.
no, incorrect. Because the person that we are talking about has is very good at laying like these subtle like kind of like guilty kind of trips, right? And I don't mean that as a negative thing about this person. All I'm trying to say is, like, you know, he has a more shit going on in his life than I do, right? You know, he's got kids, and so he's like, you know, it'd be awfully nice if I didn't have to take an extra stop this evening and go stop here and grab this stuff. You know, you already said you have it. I'll pay you an extra hour to go down and get the stuff and then bring it up the next day, right? And I'm like, okay, hey, that sounds great.
Right.
Yeah, and I go, okay, great. And so I go down, and I'm at the apartment. I stay the night, and I wake up at noon the next day. And
Christ.
you know,
it's a whole different
I
story than I thought.
I did not feel good about it. I was very disappointed. I knew I fucked up, and I mean, what can I say? I can't do anything, and I felt really, really bad. And when I got a hold of him, you know, he just
wait,
not,
hold on. I don't know if lawyer Sean or maybe lawyer Manny wants to come in here on when I got a hold of him. That's a very interesting phrase.
You know, I was actually going to have a callback right here. Do you remember when Phil was talking about this alarm thing that he had a few episodes ago that was like supposed to really wake him up, and it was revolutionary? I wonder what happened to that thing?
I didn't put it on that night.
Oh,
I did bring it, but I didn't put it on. I thought I was going to be able to wake up on time.
So isn't that what Jay said a few
don't wear
episodes ago? That, yeah, you don't have, there's no accountability to wear it. Well, all I want to say, you know, I'm the motherly figure on this show. So
God, it hurts when it hurts when I'm getting fucking by
all I have to say is, Phil,
I'm just
I have
disappointed.
I'm very
really?
disappointed, young man. No, I to a certain extent, I am like you, where it's like I offer up things, and I think that a lot of times,
and then follow through and do those things.
And exactly right.
So
right,
you're
right.
not like him.
And it just makes, well, yeah. But I mean, there's the times where it's like, okay, we all know my arch nemesis, right? You know, he ran a club, and he was notorious for being like, well, it would really help me out if you would do this. And no was never good enough. So I would always be like, fine, you know, I'll do that. I'll be there. And then I just wouldn't show up. Right. And then he was like, you know, he was like, so what, why didn't you show up? Why don't you just tell me? You know, and I get the thought that it's like, no is never good enough for some people, and that they lay guilt trips on you. The only thing I will say is, if this is a business transaction, that's kind of tough because people are out now because you didn't follow through on that. You know what I mean? And so let me ask you this.
Of course.
Same scenario. You know that this is a huge opportunity for HBO. You got to be there at 10 a.m. Are you going to miss it then? Are you going to oversleep on HBO? Like
Probably.
work opportunity.
No,
This is I mean, this is why it hurts, because I understand. Like, it's not like it's lost on me that I fucked somebody over. I mean, I know that I hurt somebody, and it really hurts it really hurts me. And normally, which I have done this to this person before. It's not the first time. It's actually a legacy of something I've created. Me and
he kind of deserves it.
This was this was kind of well, that's besides the point. But this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and you know, it doesn't feel good. And normally I would just say fuck it, and I would feel so bad about how shitty I was, and I would go fucking use and just, you know, not have to worry about it anymore. But now, you know, the last thing I really texted him, I think, was you know, I hope in the future someday I can make this right, you know, between us, and you know, I hope we can salvage the relationship and have something going forward. But until you know that happens, or you know, he
and
if he wants to, then you know, that's going to be on him. But
here's the other
and
thing
I also
is
probably have to say sorry a bunch more times.
The other thing is, I think that this, and you know, we're not going to put this person's name out there, but he used to be a user, so I think that he knows kind of the same place that you're in. So I think that there's this soft spot for, hey, I was in that place that Phil was in and trying to rebound and get better. So I mean, in all honesty, I think that it's one of those things, like you said, you're growing with this accountability, and it's just something that is, hopefully not only going to get better over time. So it's like, I don't know about these two, but for me, I think, what, all you can do is get better. All you can do is try it the next time.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah,
I
literally
man.
all he can do is get better. I don't think he can get worse.
I believe in you, Phil. I believe in you, Phil.
I
know
appreciate it.
I know it's going to get better, and you know what? As long as you're not falling back to using, that's the most important thing.
I have a
would
question
hope
for you.
so, but yes, I have a long ways to go. I'm still not doing things even the way I wish I would do them. But I mean, I'm gonna keep fucking up. But
Here's a question for you, Phil.
As long as I don't fall back, like you said, yeah, then
if I bought you, there's this thing I would be willing to buy. It like will shock you and like to help remind you of shit. And then that can remind you to use the thing that you got that is supposed to remind you. It's a dog collar that fucking shocks you. I got you one of those, and I'll keep the remote from here in Vegas, and I'll just fucking
that'd be great.
Actually, that's probably a good segue into so you're dating somebody.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yes.
we really just want to keep talking about me today.
I feel like
Philly.
you're the coolest one on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
I just heard electrocution and dog collars, so I was like,
Well, speaking of dogs,
speaking
was
of
this-
bitches.
there was
I
this
just
girl.
want to say
I was
here
Go ahead,
on
Manny.
the HollingsWorthless
Oh, yeah.
podcast that when we do talk about bitches, we do mean a female dog. Yeah, we would never refer to the beautiful women of the world in that light. Shout out to the one and only, the amazing Kamala Harris for becoming the first woman vice president. That
Love
is
it.
a huge feat,
Fantastic.
for women of color and just women in
Yes.
general. So back to you, Phil and Jay.
Yeah, I would just say, I finally had something locked down. I got my first one. My first date. She said,
STD. Oh.
"Hey, let's
no, first.
Oh.
let's meet up on Monday at 3 to go get some coffee." And we had a nice little phone call the night before for like 20 minutes, and I was excited.
And you
then the
stood her
next-
up.
No, the next morning at 9:30 in the morning, she texted me and said, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it for coffee today. And I might not be able to talk on the phone later today either." And so it was kind of a
My
clear.
husband will be home early.
Yeah, it was pretty clear that I guess she wasn't feeling it the night before. But I will say the night before. So this lady has 4 dogs. She owns 4 dogs, and likes to talk about them, and likes to hear
Oh, you don't
herself
need
talk
that.
about them. Doesn't want to hear your input about her dogs, and so I'm feeling like I might have got away.
Wait. Did you
Yeah,
give
with
her
a
input
good
on her
deal free code or
dogs?
something, because I just was trying to have a fucking back and forth conversation like any two humans would, and it was just like, oh my goodness. So the first dog I got was a German Shepherd, and it was
Like, let me stop you there.
dog I got
Let me
was
stop
a
you there.
female, and it was like, oh my goodness. And then they both had a baby. They had a lot of babies, but then I had to get rid of some of them because I didn't need that many babies. But then I kept one because another person wasn't gonna
God, I'm
take
already
it,
on
and I
this.
was
I
like,
feel
well,
I'm
it
on
looks
this
cute.
date.
And then and
And it's not gonna take that upswing where it starts to get funny again,
And
bro.
then I was gonna get a Molotov, which is like a German Shepherd, which is what they
I wish it
use
was a
now for the
Molotov and
canines.
it just went off.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, it was terrible.
What were you about to say, Sean?
Uh,
I forget.
I've been talking to some other ladies and just got to lock something down. I was thinking, you can go to casinos right now with all this COVID stuff going on. Casinos are open, at least on tribal land near you, if you have any. And if you're not scared of COVID or whatever, you could go there. Would it be cool to take a girl out to a casino, hand her like a 50, and be like, yo, have some fun? No, it's on me.
I
there's-
don't
there's
know.
no risk.
That almost feels like prostitution, Phil. But I mean,
Well, you know what I'm saying, like,
Escorting.
because a casino can go bad if they spend money and lose it, and then they're like feeling shitty about life and themselves and decisions they just made. But if you hand your money over and go, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's just like Chuck E. Cheese. I'm buying you a bunch of tickets to go play some games. Like, here's a 50, go have some fun, and then we'll.
I actually did.
Like,
I think it'd be
don't know.
fine, to be honest with you. I think if you preloaded one of those cards, those things you put in that has the money on it,
Yeah.
dude, what the fuck? You spend money on a chick on a date.
On dinner
Or whatever.
So, what's the difference? Then I mean, she's
Yeah.
probably. Do you still? I mean, I don't know how the reserves work. I don't know if it's like Vegas where if you're on the machine they get free drinks or anything like that. So I mean,
I know.
how that works there either.
I went and played this girl I was dating a while back that she lived by a casino, and she loved poker. So we actually went to the casino. We played poker for a couple hours. We were at the same table. She paid her own buy-in though. She did her own buy-in. I think we both bought in for like $50. I mean, the other thing too is, let's say you do give her $50, she hits a fucking machine for 100,000, and then she just goes, "Here's your 50, thanks."
Oh my God! I mean, that's the equivalent of if somebody were to play a $2 Mega Millions on you right now. You're like, hey, here's $2. They hit the jackpot, and they're like, nah, you gave me the two. Here's your two back.
They did.
Like, how
There
would you
was
feel
like
about
some
that?
kind of
I don't know.
precedent set about that, and I wish I could remember what it was, but that was the thing is somebody gave somebody. Oh no, somebody put the money into the slot machine, and the other person pulled the handle. And the person who
I'll
pulled the
just say-
handle said it was their thing because they pulled it,
It's-
and the other person
It's
said
a good thing.
it was
It's a good thing I live by the Green River.
Wait, did you hear what? Did you,
Oh,
Phil? Did you hear what Sean's story was?
Jesus, not even a piece of it. Doesn't matter.
Dude,
Well,
yeah,
he heard casino
give
and
her
just immediately
a bunch of money
fucking-
to go win.
Yes, I heard the $2
Go on.
Well, okay,
going
let
into the slot machine.
Never said $2. I never said those words $2.
you combined my story with his, but Sean,
wait,
do you
wait,
remember?
hold on,
Okay,
Manny.
all right, all
I'm
right,
sorry
all
to interrupt you. Phil, what was Sean's story?
We got a bunch of emails, guys.
You fuck.
Hey, you know what though? I am gonna give him a little slack though, dude, because I kind of just ate his asshole like the first 10 minutes of this. So I'd ignore me too. Like, I'd be like, hey, go fuck yourself, Sean. How's that sound?
So good.
All right. Do you want to? Well, do we want to talk about the inauguration real
Inauguration, let's
quick,
do that.
or
Yeah.
do we want to get to emails?
No, let's take a
Um,
break and talk current events.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody expected anybody to do work today. I mean, I literally was kind of working on my work stuff, but kind of watching the inauguration. And Joe Biden just seems like such a chill guy, man. Just middle of the road. Think it's just going to be more of a kind of normal presidency, man. And it was refreshing to hear somebody say, "Hey, I want to be a president for both sides," even if you don't mean it, just say it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like just to hear that and not hear somebody go, like the do nothing Democrats, or what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's just, at least lie to my face. If, I genuinely think that I genuinely think Joe Biden, for me, I think that he's more middle of the road. Like, I like
Yeah,
it.
totally.
And I think he's going to do a good job of it. And it was very historical to see Kamala Harris sworn in, as the first woman VP. And I mean, it just, even though there wasn't a big turnout, you don't hear anybody bragging about like, oh, I had the biggest inauguration ever. It's not a dick swinging contest anymore. It's just, hey, let's see if we can get shit done. We're going to go, we'll probably battle it out in the Senate and the House, but we can battle about policy, but let's at least have a normal, presidency. So, I mean, I really enjoyed watching what I watched. What was your guys' take on it?
I mean, I caught bits and pieces. I'm gonna watch. I had NBC running on YouTube Live, but I didn't have time to watch yet. But I caught pieces. I know the parts I saw. I like that Kamala brings. Look, I've made it clear, I think, even on this podcast, that I have some heavy disagreements with how I really think she feels about things. I think she speaks that she feels a certain way now that she was going to be on this
ticket,
first presidential ticket, but then the VP ticket, because she obviously as a prosecutor pulled some real maneuvers that aren't very that I don't like. But, having said that, I thought watching her, and she has a thing about her, man, like a shine, and it feels calming. And I put that same shine on Joe Biden, is that it just felt like there wasn't this antagonistic, like just below the surface explosion about to happen. Right. Whether it was through voice or action or look or whatever tone, dude, it just felt like shit. It felt like this, actually. I described it earlier to somebody else. It felt like a shocking moment of calm.
Yeah.
It almost, I was expecting like this slow roll, which I think there's still, obviously that's going to happen, but it felt like calm. And that's great. One last thing I want to say before somebody else speaks is I was in this place just a couple days ago where I was like, I was tired of the rhetoric, and all the negativity was just mounting and mounting. And I still feel this way, but hopefully we're past this, is I want to preface it with. I hope we're past this, what I'm about to say. But I like that we're starting to set a tone with how we're going to deal, especially with two parts. How we're going to deal with those that represent us in the Senate and the House, and how they're going to act, and that they're going to have to be accountable for the things they say. And also, I like this other side of showing that we're going to take more seriously now the destruction of property and the destruction. I don't care about government buildings necessarily, but just in general, we're not destroying shit anymore. We're more civilized than that. We need to start talking. So I'll wrap this up super quick. Just 2 points. I like that, Schumer came out and said something about that guy who was running for that they were going to try to confirm for the Supreme Court, and they ended up going in. It was the guy who had that frat background.
Kavanaugh. Yeah.
Kavanaugh. And Schumer said some really raw things to incite people to go after him, actually. And they came to him and they said, look, you apologize for that, or you're going to go through impeachment. We're going to impeach you. And that set that tone. And then the president, the ex-president, and not even former president. I'm going to say he's an ex-president. So the ex-president starts inciting all this violence to his core, just like, Schumer did, like a knucklehead. Actually impeached, and this time for that. And, and like Maxine Waters, when she came out and she was trying to rile people up to go confront anybody having dinner with their families, and essentially, that is assault, that type of thing. There's a battery, which is the actual doing it, I think, and the assault is the intent of doing it. I can't remember which way that goes, probably backwards. But anyways, I like that we're getting our shit together.
Yeah.
No more of this, man. And on the other side, quit destroying stuff. We're going to find out who you are, and then we're going to do something about it. And we've shown that at this Capitol thing that just happened last. You're going to be out there destroying things and stealing things. We're going to do something about it. You beat up on cops. We're going to do something about it. I'm tired of hearing comparisons of, well, at this place they do this and this place they do that. There are valid points to make in that area. Just like, Jay, you put a thing out saying if they were holding BLM flags, this would be a whole different scenario.
Yeah.
I agree. And now what we have to do is we have to get to a point where we're saying the things that are happening that are bad are going to be dealt with as bad. We don't give a shit what if you want to be uncivilized about things, then we're going to have a problem with that. Don't hurt people. Don't kill people. Don't steal people's livelihoods. Protest, dude. I'm all about that. Get out there and shout from as loud as you can with megaphones and be effective. But now it seems like we're tired of it. And if you're a representative of this country or you're a citizen of this country, you're going to be held accountable now. And I love it.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I know. But yeah, Jay, what's your take?
I was just going to say, you had a really good way of putting that, Sean, about the shockingly calm. Like it was like and just listening to Biden and him really getting across that he is for everybody, and it's like, you're like, it was almost like the speech was like Biden and Kamala taking you in and being like, almost like patting you on the back, be like, I know we've been through some shit. It's all right.
Yeah.
We're here. We got this. It's going to be okay. And it was cool seeing like Obama, the fist bump shit. That was great. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was all this talk leading up to that there was going to be more protests or riots and people going to
Mhm.
capitals of different states. And I don't know where it was, but one guy showed up. And that's the story. One guy showed up at one of these
Hell
places and they interviewed him and he was like, I drove like 4 hours to get here and I don't know, nobody's here. It was just one dude.
Dude.
Yeah. Because it's
Like,
real. They
yeah.
see it's real now. It's not make believe when they do this. There's consequences.
Did you see the lady that was like, I should be pardoned, president? She was she's like a realtor.
Yeah. In the
Wow, that's
private
crazy.
jet.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
hear?
Tough.
It sounds like QAnon supporters are starting to turn on Trump and saying that they're upset that he left and he didn't fight harder. So
There
we'll
you go.
see. If it's
I'd
see
ask
how
you,
that
Phil, but
works.
you're probably
Yeah.
you're probably waiting for the live broadcast in about 4 hours.
Right.
He actually doesn't even know what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So
He's like, Trump
Wait.
got elected?
yeah. Pence is the new president. No, I turned it on about halfway through Biden's speech this morning, and I really like the part where Biden, he was reciting. I can't remember the name of the song, but he said, "I really like this lyric
Oh,
from
hit him up by Tupac.
from one of
Yeah.
my favorite American songs."
That's why I fucked your
And
bitch.
I thought it was, I thought it was
Stop fucking bitch.
it was the song from America's Funniest Home Videos, because he was like, America, America, this is you. Bum bum bum.
So you didn't watch
Back
anything?
to
I
you,
didn't see
Bob
anything.
Saget.
Oh man.
No, I did. That's all I saw. And then I saw the poet. She was great. That
Oh, yeah,
youthful,
The spoken
the
word.
first national poet laureate ever.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Garth Brooks was a little bit creepy to me.
Garth Brooks was there.
Yeah, he sang Amazing Grace, and he stopped before the last verse and said, I want you, wherever you are, to sing this next verse with me, whether you're at home or you're at work. Everybody join in and let's sing it united as one.
Dude,
Like some
Garth
Hulk
Brooks
Hogan
thinks
shit.
he's bigger than life, though, man.
Yeah,
he really
was like,
does.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
He-
kind of
he
right,
was hugging
if you ask
everybody.
me. It was
Yeah.
kind of creepy.
The
A
one
lot.
thing that the normality isn't some huge, thing, but it was cool to see, the Bushes. It was cool to see the Pences step in, and actually show up. It was cool to really see, even as much as I don't like Mitch McConnell, to see Mitch McConnell there, and really kind of getting back to a sense of normality, even though, at first he didn't maybe condemn, these lies that were being told. But, in the end, he did step in and say, hey, Trump, you lied to your base about, this election being stolen. So, I mean, it does matter. Words do matter. And I'm glad he stepped in and said something. And I think, like you said, there just needs to be more of that. We got to, like you said, we can't be burning shit down. Just like, and I love that about Joe, is that his message has been consistent. He's like, hey, it's okay to protest. It's not okay to burn people's shit down.
That's
It's not
right,
okay
man.
to riot. So
I watch these videos on Reddit, dude, of people going out and they're like screaming and crying in the middle of the street to these people that are either looting or catching their place on fire. And they're like, dude, I'm one of you.
Yeah.
Not even meaning same culture or background or race.
I
or
live on this
ethnicity.
block.
It's just that I'm one of you. Yeah,
Right.
I'm here trying to do it.
exactly. And that's the thing is, like,
frustrating.
and I don't know if and maybe you guys know this, Jay and Sean, but like a lot of times I hear that insurance doesn't cover that kind of stuff. So these people are trying to rebuild and they're not insured for everything that gets stolen or burned down in these riots.
Or
So,
they don't insure enough because it's too expensive. So they insure
Exactly.
that base, like liability insurance equivalent on like your car.
I
It's
mean,
like, man,
yeah. So
you know?
so imagine this. Like, me and Sean are for the same cause, right? It's like we're for, Phil being on time, and we're
Right.
out there protesting. It's like, we want Phil to be on time.
Right.
And
then
everybody
all
else
of
is
a
like,
sudden,
it'll never happen.
you have a store,
It'll
but
never
I'm at-
happen.
but Sean has a store and we're marching for the same cause, but I go burn Sean's shit down because I'm
Yeah.
that upset. And it's like, dude, we're on the same team, but you're fucking up my shit,
Right.
And it's like,
Phil would show up
what are
late
we
for that
doing?
protest.
So, yeah.
I was gonna say one other thing about the inauguration. I was glad Pence was there and he didn't mail it in. Speaking of mail it in, Phil,
Oh my goodness, are you ready for listener emails?
what's the song?
Okay. Also, I think Kamala Harris could actually have a good shot at running for president.
Are
Yeah.
you looking at your hair right now?
Yes, he is.
No, I was
100%.
trying to adjust the screen. Hey,
You
if
look
it
good, man. You look good.
if it rains or if it hails, it never fails that we get listener emails. Oh yeah.
That's so good.
One of these times, dude, you gotta grab that. You gotta grab that piece
Yeah.
out. That's good.
Yeah. We gotta get you like a jingle behind it. Like we gotta get some music added in. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
I'm working
A
on
little
it.
xylophone.
Are you
downloaded
working on it?
OBS last
Really?
night. I downloaded OBS last night and I'm working on it. Okay.
Get it, Phil.
He was my favorite.
Even if
Wu-Tang
it's in
member.
just my little corner, if it's in my little corner here, little corner right here, I'm gonna get some stuff going on for us. Okay. So this one, it's a little lengthy, and I'm just gonna have to kind of speed through it, but it's from Scott, and heartfelt, very heartfelt. Thank you, Scott, for the email. And
That's it.
here
You don't read it.
goes. He said,
And he just moves on to the next one.
It was-
and the next one from he says, "Hey guys, I hope you're all well. My name is Scott, and I am from Leeds in the UK. I am a new listener. Started listening around November last year. Loving the podcast. Going back and listening to all the old ones now. Do you recommend any to listen to? Any quick ones that you guys throw out there?
I'll say the Halloween episode that we did probably 2 years ago, where we were at the underground, and we did a few things, and I think we recorded some of the crazy shenanigans with driving in the dark without the lights on and shit, and like Phil doing the demon, like, no, and I'm freaking out.
Yeah. And then I'm like, yeah, we go into that one city, and I was like, let's go talk to the cops, and man, he's like, I'm good.
yeah.
No,
Sean,
we
so
don't need-
yeah,
Hey, how
there was a
far
cop sitting
back
right
did these
over-
go? How far back?
So
How many
we-
episodes?
Yeah. So what was it, Scott? Let's just say
Scott,
this to
yeah.
Scott. So these guys all know because they've been a part of it, but I've been doing the HollingsWorthless for, God, I want to say maybe 8 years, roughly 8 or 9. It might be 10.
Yeah,
I don't know.
somewhere.
But so
Yeah.
for the longest, I was doing it. And at first I was putting it up just on one of the podcast hosts. Then we had Podaholics, which you may or may not know about this, Scott, but Sean was the founder, creator. Podaholics. It was like a podcast network. And so I was on
That failed.
Podaholics. What'd you say?
That failed.
Yeah, we were.
Tried.
The only reason it went under is we had to pay this one bill on time, and Phil was in charge of our accounting. So then
CFO.
yeah, no, so I was on Podaholics. We had a bunch of that. So then we came over to Comedy Pop-Up, the Comedy Pop-Up Network. We're on episode like 100 now, so about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and we started fresh on Comedy Pop-Up. Now, I have all those old episodes, and there is some gems. And I might do is like, yeah, Phil knows, because there's one that every time I listen to it, I'm in tears, but it's like, it doesn't look, we would need PC Manny to overlay on this whole one.
Yeah.
I might release.
I think Phil Fox Scorpion is probably it. That's pretty early. That's really pretty early on
yeah.
in the podcast. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, and that's if you listen to the intro clip, if you listen to the podcast audio only version of this on iTunes or Spotify, the intro has a lot of clips from previous HollingsWorthless. I might, you know what, maybe maybe once a month I'll release like an old classic that you can't get anywhere, just
There you go.
yeah, but
That'd be great.
So
Unreleased.
Connection
It
is
is.
shit, bro.
Wait.
Unreleased.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
Jay
bad.
has a
Can I
nice
say
connection,
something?
but it's
I
okay.
love how Jay, like, you'll freeze up, but then you turn into the Micro Machines guy. You're
Yep.
like, so I went to and Micro Machines.
that's what's happening with Phil for me. Hold on, I'm on the best fucking connection I have.
Oh,
too. I don't
really?
know. Anyway,
You're
go
good.
ahead,
Don't worry
Phil.
about it. We'll get through
Okay.
this one.
Yeah, it's gonna sound good when it comes out, I'm
Yeah.
sure. So then he goes, I really wanted to I really wanted to get in contact to first tell all you guys your podcast is awesome. But I also wanted to say something a little more serious. Recently, you had an episode where Phil explained his journey with learning his sexuality. I'm 26 years old and have never even had a thought that I could be bisexual. However, this past year, through my counseling, I have started to come to accept that I like both men and women. I was brought up with a dad that would tell me gay people are wrong and dirty. I know these comments are awful, but sadly, there are people in the world that think this way. As you can imagine, the process of realizing this was very intense and uncomfortable. In all of that time, no one has ever explained my feelings better than Phil did in the episode. It was
Holy
almost
shit.
a little freaky. It was almost a little freaky how similar my thoughts and feelings were. I want to thank you all, especially you, Phil,
Ugh.
from the bottom of my heart for helping me and all other listeners in my situation. And you're very welcome.
Well, first of all, I have to
hold
say,
on,
he
hold on,
has
I'm not finished.
terrible. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
You all you allowed me to normalize my feelings, which no one else has been able to do. So much so, from that episode, I made a promise to myself to tell my family on Christmas Eve. I'm happy to say I did, and they were all very accepting of it.
Fuck
Not
yeah.
sure,
Dope.
That's
not
awesome. I
sure when
love
I'll
it.
tell my dad though. Maybe I should get you guys to call him up on the podcast to do it for me. And then he puts a
Done.
laughing
Done.
emoji, right?
Done.
Yeah.
I want to finish this on a fun note. So, in the spirit of my acceptance, I would like you all to tell me which male comedians you would, and this might be a British terminology, you would snog, marry, and avoid.
Oh,
I can't. I think that's kind of equivalent to fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
I can't wait for these answers. Kindest regards, Scott. P.S. Would be cool to hear who your favorite British comics are too. And then he actually followed that email up and just said, I decided to make some changes to the game at the bottom of the email. So I want you to tell me which comedians you would, which male comedians you would shag, marry, and avoid.
He's supposed to give us the 3 though, and then we have to do it. That sucks. Now we'll have to go
Well,
for the
yeah,
3.
look forward
That's all
to
right.
hearing it on the podcast. Kind regards, Scott. Thank you, Scott, very much. And I just want to say, man, I mean, I'm navigating this stuff day by day, and I know we talked about it like a week or two ago, and kind of I was saying I maybe I do lean a little bit more straight, and while that might be true, I'm really nervous about going into an experience that's so unfamiliar territory to me that it's scary for me to even try it, right? I mean, there's just
Are you talking about being on time?
such new territory for me. I mean, yeah, it's I'm afraid of judgment. I'm afraid of probably
Lots.
rejection too. And just I don't know. Maybe even there's a part of me that is afraid that I might I might like it even more than I thought. And what does that future look like? So I don't know, and I know I'm kind of just sticking to what I know, but hopefully in the future I'll be open to more and more new experiences. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah,
man.
for Scott, thank you for the email. That's dope. Also, who would ever think that we would hear somebody say that Phil made them feel normal?
I was going to say he's he's a terrible judge of character.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, man. I still think it's so cool though that I mean, Phil, dude, you're changing people's lives. You're opening, you're doing something that matters, man. And I just, you being vulnerable allows other people to be vulnerable. And I think that's one of the coolest things, man. And it's like, I love that, Scott, dude, you could tell your whole family, with the exception of your dad. I know that's a big step, but first step towards, the acceptance. I love it, man. Just
I would
keep doing you. As far as fuck, marry, kill. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say also, if you have them, I'm Phil, I know you're saying that you have all these different emotions and stuff and worry about acceptance, but that we don't give a fuck. Like, we love you irregardless. And I would just say, Scott, if you have friends also that you
no, he said irregardless.
I know, I heard it too.
All right.
what's wrong?
I wanted to correct it.
I know. Go ahead.
It's fine.
No,
it's
because I
irreg-
think me and him got into an argument about the word regardless the other day. That it's actually in Webster's dictionary now, which is bullshit because it's not a
Really?
real word. Yeah.
Well,
Definitely should
irregardless
just
of
be
that,
regardless.
let me just say
God,
that
ears.
Scott, if you have buddies that that will support you, then I mean, no, whatever your family feels, irregardless of that, you still have your friends that will accept you. No.
Hey,
No, but you-
supposedly though, you know.
I have books on this stuff down at the library. I'm telling you.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
see,
god! You know, one of my favorite. There was an Adam Sandler movie where I can't even remember. They had a bunch of buddies, and somebody was like, "Oh, you're," because two of their friends were gay, and somebody was like, "Dude, you hang out with those guys?" He's like, "Yeah, man, they're still the same friends. They just watch a different type of porn." You know.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
That's
gives a
good.
shit. So
yeah,
I love that it's
man.
becoming more normalized, though. It's like you
So,
shouldn't be ashamed of who
As
you
far,
are at the
yeah,
end of the day.
Manny, you're right.
So-
As far as fuck, Mary, kill goes, do you guys? Well, maybe we could make a slight twist on this, and instead of maybe which male comedians we'd fuck, Mary, kill, why don't we do it about us on the podcast, right? Each of us say who you would fuck, Mary, kill out of the, because there's three, right? There's
But see,
three
I think
that
we all
have
have
to
different
choose from.
motives apparently
Yeah.
for this
Yeah,
game.
Oh
I
god.
don't know what that means. I'm just saying. I thought it would be
Well,
more
how
funny.
are
but
you
if
going to
wanna
feel,
just
Phil,
choose
though,
male
with
comedians,
that everybody wants to kill you?
I know. I've
exactly what I was
accepted
gonna
that.
Or
I've
fuck.
accepted that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, I just want a titty fuck Phil.
Actually, no. You know what? I might fuck Phil because he has experience sucking dick, so he might be good.
Right.
Ah, nice.
Oh,
That
man.
back pussy.
Which actually, yeah, it's as weird,
Oh my god.
and I think that'll be good radio. Well, fucking, let's do it with us. So
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
This is
All right.
this is so weird because we're so like the three of us are so hetero. And then, you know
But,
what
and dude, I have to
Like-
say who I'd marry. It's easy to say who
Yeah.
I'd kill.
Okay,
That's-
wait.
you also have to say who
Wait.
you'd
You know
fuck.
what? I'll start.
Yeah,
I'll
that-
start. I'll start.
All
I'll start. This is gonna be so weird for me, but I would marry Sean because he's the most financially responsible. So we'd have
Jesus.
like, we
Nobody's
wouldn't
ever
have to.
said that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to be like, we wouldn't have to have sex or anything. But it's like, you have a job that's like consistent. You bring in a paycheck. So do I.
Cool.
I
I'll
feel
marry
like we
you
could
back. That made it
There you
easy.
go. Boom.
Good.
Done.
you
Right.
fuck.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'd fuck Jay because he's got the most meat.
I got the most blood.
Meat.
Meat.
He likes them thick.
Oh my god. Mustard that.
But I don't want to. I don't want to kill Phil. So I think what was the other thing he said? He said,
No.
avoid.
You're,
Wasn't
Yeah,
you're
avoid the
gonna have to go with Phil. So you're
It's
killing
the
Phil.
American version.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
All right, I'll go. I would. I'll kill Sean because he's closest to death.
No shit, dude.
I think we're all going to marry Manny. I think all of us are going
God.
to choose Manny.
Ugh.
I'll marry Manny because he's the most financially responsible.
There you go.
I know how he treats his significant other. I know I'll be
You know
well treated well, and then I'll have a one-nighter with Phil and just fuck the shit out of him.
Wait, so who'd you
Dude.
kill?
You, Sean. I'm
You.
killing
Oh, I
you.
got
Yeah.
killed. Oh, you're
Yeah,
killing me. Okay,
You're
I
almost
cool.
said
dead.
I'd kill Sean because
Oh, because
I'm
I'm almost dead. That's
yeah.
right. That's
I
right.
mean, I'm the oldest, but
But I'm the closest
I'm not
to
picking
death.
myself, so
Yeah.
So I would I would marry Manny. I mean, he's just a beautiful man.
I love you, Phil. Look at those big blue eyes.
You know,
I do
we
not
would
like this next question.
we would cuddle, we would snuggle. I mean, it would be fun, just popcorn, watching Netflix, stroking some cock underneath the
or
popcorn.
corn on the cob.
It's there's a hole in my bucket. Dear Manny. Okay. And then the other one's tough. The other
He's
one's
gonna
real
marry
tough.
and
I mean,
fuck Manny. It sounds
what?
like.
Yeah. Well, ASMR. Just want to stroke your cock and just oh my god.
Yeah.
That's some for ASMR listeners. No, and then I think yeah, I think it'd be it's just so tough. I think it'd be fun to fuck Jay
Not
too.
tough.
Story.
You're thinking about
I think
it
it'd
too
be fun
much.
to fuck Jay for the story. No, I mean, but really, I mean, come on. I mean, look at that guy.
What's
you
the
know what I
story?
mean?
No, what's the story?
We don't have to get into details.
Well,
wanna hear
that's
the
the whole
exact
I'm sorry, I heard
story.
how he talked about Manny, and that was just marrying him. I don't want to
There's
hear
more-
details of him fucking me.
Yeah.
There's more than enough details to
He's
get
like,
into.
Jay, I would
know
make
what I'm
you.
saying?
Jay, I would make you squirt. That's what
Details
she
for
said.
days. And then
This
I
will
don't
be the
know.
clip, by the way, for the preview of this week.
I would hate
It's
to
gonna
have
be
to kill
so
Sean.
bad.
I don't want to kill you, Sean.
You got to.
Gonna
It's
get
all right, man.
banned.
Put me out of my misery.
But if somebody's got to die, yeah, you know what? I think you would ask for it. To be honest, you'd be the guy. You'd be the guy in a bank robbery or something like that. And he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill one of you," and you would be the one that walk up, put his fucking gun right on your forehead, and just say, "Do it." Just
and then
fucking
he
do
would.
it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
Yeah, right.
Well, not only
Yep.
that, Phil,
Yep.
if you said to Sean, you're like, Sean, I got two options left. I can either kill you or fuck you. Which one do you want?
Just
True.
the gun.
True. He'd just say, "End it now."
You got to do
Okay,
yours, Sean.
and speaking of ending it now, let's do that. So
Yeah.
I would first easy. I'd kill Phil a couple times, and let's see. I would probably, because he said he'd marry me, I'll fuck Manny as like
There you
a
go.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's my thank you card. Because
right off my
and
back.
and so I'll marry Jay.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'll marry Jay
Ugh.
because
lived
he
together.
gave me the gun to kill Phil with.
Yeah, there you go.
I know. There was a part of me that was gonna say Mary J because I know that I'd get some PlayStation games and we just like. it would
Oh,
be fun.
word.
Oh, fuck. But you wanted the.
At least
Great.
it's
Can't
reciprocated.
deny
I'd
that,
have to-
that
yeah.
thick white.
Like, we reciprocated each other, just kind of like fucking.
Can't deny that thick white meat. And Phil, you did you say you would marry Manny or fuck him? Or you
I'd
said you'd
marry
marry
Manny.
him?
Yeah.
He said both.
Have you ever been with a black?
Why is it the both
I'm
times
all
he
about
said that?
both.
Both
Have you-
times he said that, he did this. He goes, "So would you marry Manny?" He's like, "I'd marry Manny."
Okay.
Both times he's
Say
been
it like
asked it,
that.
he said it that way.
Whatever, dude.
I've
Hey,
been waiting for this
so-
moment all my life.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So who'd you say you're gonna marry,
Oh my
Phil?
God.
I said,
Uh.
whatever. I'm not saying it again. Listen, guys. I just want to say to the listeners, we love all of you, and you guys are doing, and ladies and gentlemen are doing great at sending us emails. You are starting to send us a plethora, and with that being said, we're actually not going to have time to get to all of them each week, but keep sending them in.
We
Please.
will get to them all
WP.
evenally, though.
pod@gmail.com.
Well, dude,
yes, keep
read
sending
another
it in.
one. You only read one.
Yeah, just give us one more.
Sure. Yeah, we can go.
Let's
hey,
just
we
do
can
one
another.
more. And
we
I
can do
hope
one
it's
more.
my arch nemesis.
Okay, so what's
his
really
name?
cool,
Steve? Michael?
I think it was
Michael.
Michael.
Oh, yeah, because you called him Mike. That's right.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
I
Mike.
have so.
Me and Mike. We got beef.
Oh,
When you say we have a lot, how many do we have, Phil?
okay. Like maybe 6. I don't know.
Oh shit.
For to go
Oh.
on here.
You could have said
Um,
12.
Could send like 20. That's fine.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. We got like
Why?
45. It's crazy. So okay, here I'll go through this one real quick. So this one's a little criticism for the pod here, you guys.
Wow.
All right.
We want to end with some, we're just on a
And
high.
why do we have to end with this? We can do
happy
another one
one.
after this, Phil.
That's right. We're going to do 3. We're going to end on
Oh,
a good one.
Well, okay. Okay, so here is another from our new fan favorite here, Anoni.
Ooh.
Anani.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
Right.
anonymous, okay? So he or she
well,
says,
if they typed in an email,
hello
it's
again.
probably a dude.
was listening.
Go ahead.
Manny.
Do we just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that both men and women love to use email. They do so in the workplace, and we also agree that women should be paid equally as much as men. Back to you, Phil.
Yeah, this could have been the guy's
Batter's not
secretary.
Also, we would like to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that both men and women can play the role of secretary, and I don't think it's called secretary anymore. It is actually called personal assistant or executive assistant. Back to you guys.
All right. Hello again. Was listening to this episode on my way to work, and a part of the episode struck a nerve with me. It was around the 30-minute mark. Did I hear correctly that Jay and Sean said Hillary Clinton would not have been a good president? Are you implying that Trump has been a better president than what she could have been? If so, please explain why you feel that way. I am having a hard time wrapping my head around that. She is more qualified in every way. I am not the biggest fan of hers. I am a black woman, and she and her husband have said or done things that have been harmful to my community. For some reason, playing a saxophone gave Bill a pass. There is no perfect politician, and there will be flaws in every candidate. But do you truly believe what you said on this episode? Would you rather have a Donald Trump representing you than her? I have found that the issues people have with her are superficial. People find her unlikable or blame or attack her for what her husband did. People attack her looks too. How many male candidates are attacked for their looks? Assertive and intelligent women are often treated like
Biden's
this
hair plugs.
or called a bitch. People also attack her for staying with Bill after the cheating scandal. I don't see how that makes her unqualified. I should add that Monica Lewinsky also got destroyed for that mess, and people regularly make jokes at her expense. Bill was the one who was married, who was the president, who was much older, and who was her boss. Outside of the impeachment, he has been free to live with his life freely, and she still gets shamed to this day. But I digress.
Yeah, you think?
Ooh.
Can you truly say that after these past 4 years and all the scandals and the recent Capitol riots, that Hillary Rodham Clinton would have been bad?
Is this the
I
6
worry
other
for America.
emails?
I worry for America if you truly feel that way. I
Okay,
expected more from you.
No, that's
especially-
nice. That's
Sorry for the long email.
Yeah.
You got me super fired
that's
up.
great.
The sexism she has experienced really pisses me off. If I misunderstood you, then I guess never mind. LOL.
Okay, I know
Anani,
you'll probably.
yes, like
Okay,
anonymous.
thank you. First, thank you, Anani, Miss Anani. And
the
Sean, you'll
documentary
probably
on
be
Hulu
able
about
to
Hillary is a great watch. She says. Okay.
say what? She said what?
She just said, P.S. The documentary on Hulu about Hillary is a great watch.
Okay. There's
Thanks,
also a
Anani.
great one about Mitt Romney that fucking Sean told me to watch, and it might change your views on Mitt. But and I was gonna say, Sean, I want you to go after me because I think you'll be able to say everything much more eloquent and concise. But I don't fucking remember what we said on the podcast, but I don't think I was like, oh, Trump is definitely better than Hillary could ever be. I think I just said that I don't think Hillary is the one, or I don't think Hillary is a good choice. And I don't think I said I don't think Hillary's a good choice because she's a woman. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. I mean, fuck, she wasn't. I don't think she was a good choice. I mean, she just I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of I don't know. Fuck. I maybe I should go back and listen to it because I don't. Everything that you said in that email that you got from what we said is crazy to me because all I was just like, I don't really think Hillary was a good choice or would have been a good choice to be president. Would she have been better than Trump? I don't know. Probably, maybe. Who knows? Fuck. I don't know. I mean, she would have been a better politician than Trump. I will say that 100%. But yeah, and trust me, I'm the last person to be like, oh, fucking Trump, let's go Trump. But
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of Hillary's. You jump in here, Sean.
Yeah. So first, nobody in this room especially is going to disagree with your last point about Monica Lewinsky and how she's had to deal with what she's had to deal with over all this time and how Clinton hasn't. I think and I think part of that is because Clinton was the president. Some of it has to do with the dynamics between men and women in society. And a large part of it was because he's a Clinton.
Yeah.
So that's why Hillary Clinton wasn't a good choice, is because she's a Clinton. These dynasties have got to stop. You know, the Bushes, the Clintons, the Kennedys, all these different dynasties that feel they're owed the position than they're of service to the people, and that's why they want the position. So, you know, the argument could be made, again, because I'm coming from just a very logical place, that Trump was coming from a place of being a business-centered mind, walking into a thing that he wanted to serve the country in the way he felt it should be served. I think Clinton was coming in to be president because she was owed it. So that's two different things for me. I know that when I was I used to own a motorcycle. I had a CBR 600 F3, and I bought it brand new, and I would zip it up and down the hills. And one time I didn't correct right, and I couldn't get the bike back over, and I went off into a ditch, and it was like 19 days after I bought it. And man, afterwards, all I did was sit back and Monday quarterback that thing like, dude, if I would have just not hit that gravel and took that outside lane, like, dude, the bike is great. But my point is as we get to sit back and reflect on things that have happened, it is super easy to find the pivots where we didn't pivot. And so I think we get into dangerous territory when you're like, we'll see what everything that Trump did, Clinton would have been way better. You don't know that. You don't know that because you're applying what you think Clinton would have been to what Trump really was. But I hear what you're saying. I think it's a disservice to yourself. And we were talking about this, I think, prior to this podcast, that we got to get out of this place of comparing and contrasting things. So let's get out of, well, Clinton would have done it this way if Trump would have done this, or, if roles were reversed, it would have been like this. Why don't we just take things as singular moments and judge them on their own merits? So because I say that it was bad that what Monica Lewinsky has gone through, like I can say that moment is bad, and I can also find good things that Clinton did as a president. But I'm not going to put both of them together and be like, well, dude, the only reason we have healthcare in this place is because Monica Lewinsky sucked his dick. Like, I guess we just have to be careful when we start comparing and contrasting things, because now you're basically saying, well, I was a shitty person, but not as shitty as the other person.
I'll say, and this wasn't really directed towards me, but kind of in her defense, I'll just say that, I mean, we knew going in what we were getting with Trump. We knew it wasn't going to be great, and we had no idea what we were in store for, and I think it really turned out to be even worse than we could have ever imagined. And so to think that, you're saying if Trump was never president, we would have never known what would have unfolded as it did, because it wouldn't have happened. But then you're implying that if inferring, sure, that if Clinton were to have been president, that there was still an opportunity for her to also screw things up, I guess on an equivalent playing field with Trump, which I don't see it. I think we all knew, no matter what, when we were going to get 4 years of Trump. And of course, there's two sides to every story, but we knew he was going to come and fuck shit up. And
I completely disagree with that. You keep saying that we knew he was going to come fuck shit up. I know there's 70 million people that don't think he fucked shit up, right? So we can't say what we all knew. I would say that we all know that Clinton would come in and fuck the whole thing up. I mean, QAnon is based on her. So think of that whole outside fringe thing that still exists it probably exists more with Clinton in office, because she's the basis of it. Right. She's the Pizzagate person. So I don't think we all knew it. And dude, I know people are going to get bothered by this. Trump did a lot of great things as president. I know people are going to blow their stack when they hear that. But dude, Obama did a lot of great things as president. I know people listening to this podcast are going to blow their stack. I just said that. You see what I'm saying,
right?
Man?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. But
I know.
I'm sorry. One more thing, Manny, because I really want to hear you say it too, because I'm talking too much. But fucking people, you can't just blanket fuck off somebody. Like, I know if I come to you and I say, dude, tell me two things that Trump did that were positive, and you can't do it, I know we can't have a conversation, bro, because you're just an ideologue who is stuck in a way. And if I go to somebody and say, dude, Dad, tell me two things that Obama did that were great, and he can't say it, then, dude, I know we can't have a conversation because you're an ideologue. So I need to be able to, dude, I can name two things that he did yesterday, that Trump did yesterday on his way out, that were positives. But I know I can go ask a ton of people, and they're going to say, he didn't do shit. All he did was ruin our country. Well, dude, I can probably give you a list of 17 things that he did that didn't ruin our country. But yeah, there is a list of 1,538 things that did fuck our country up. I get that. But dude, if we're gonna have a conversation and get better, we got to get out of our ideas. and our ideology.
And I'll actually I'll actually be honest. Like, I'm guilty of that, because it's like I have only seen in my mind the negative that Trump has done. And even before I was along, I was with Phil. I think that I was along the mindset of Trump is only really ever concerned about himself, his family, and making a dollar, right?
Yeah.
With Clinton, I always felt like she was kind of groomed for the position, because she had played the part of senator, all these other roles. She had been a first lady, so she knew how government worked. So in that aspect, I did think that she would be the better candidate. I do think that you're 100% right, and we need to get rid of these dynasties, because these dynasties allow for, like, I mean, that's originally why we broke away from England, right? We didn't want the kings and queens and the monarchs and everything else. When you start allowing for, like, I can't tell you how many conservatives have said, I just saw this vision of Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and then it's going to be, Barron and this and that. And, what is that? That's not, I don't want I don't even want Sasha Malia. You know
The
what I mean?
kid's
Like,
name is Barron.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
His name is Barron. Exactly, dude.
His
So
name's
with
Baron.
anonymous, like, we do appreciate. Yeah. Jesus. But like, I appreciate the email 100%, because I think I do agree a lot with you that I think that she had the card stacked against her. It was a lot of, like, you had Russia really throwing in stuff on that shit. And then on top of that, being a woman and trying to run, that's another thing that it's like, it's damn near impossible. It's like, if a woman says something that a man says, she's judged on the harshness behind that shit.
Damn it.
Sometimes. You don't feel that way?
You're bringing something else up too that I wanted to hit on, dude.
Go ahead.
I got to say this, bro, that
Yeah.
I think we got to get, so look.
Go ahead. Lay it on me. It's okay. It's all right.
I'm trying to think of how to word this right. But dude, look, if you want to get into, not you, if people want to get into this place of, I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to find the words. So let me just say it this way, and then I'll backtrack out of it.
PC Manny can clean it up.
I'll clean it up.
Yeah, but see, it sounds like I mean this though, but I'm trying to get to a point. There's this idea that that men, like, it's a patriarchy, which is horseshit. But anyways, there's this patriarchy idea where men run everything. And so, like, we should all be on equal playing field. Equality of outcomes is what people want, but equality of opportunity is the real thing, right? And so we want everybody to have equal opportunity, which that's the way the world should work. Absolutely. We get into this place, so if there's a dude who's being an asshole, he's throwing it around too much, and like, hey, dude, quit being an asshole, bro. Quit being a dick. Hey, yo, quit being a bitch, man. Quit being. You gotta toughen up, okay? You can't hang on shit that you can create a topic out of to show you're a victim of something. When two dudes buck up next to each other, they're going to look for the two words that can hit home the quickest to the quick, because all I'm there to do is hurt you. N-bombs start flying out.
Right.
Bitch starts flying out. Cocksucker starts flying out. These things are throwing out because we're not going to say poo-poo head or dum-dum or you're being mean. We're going for the things that hit, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to enter this arena, and you want, and everybody needs to be equal out. It's not that you're entering a man's arena. Instead, we're entering this equal opportunity arena. You got to get out of this place that, well, if I show I'm tougher, if I have a voice or somebody's like what I say, they call me a bitch. Maybe it's your tone. Maybe it's your delivery. Maybe it's your attitude. Maybe it's the way that you approach things in general that make you be a dick, right? Chicks can be assholes or dicks or bitches. It's not this idea, though, that because you're a woman and raise your voice or your point of view or have an opinion that now they call me a bitch. Nah, dude. That's you trying to make yourself a victim, so now you can hang on to the fact that your point wasn't taken or you feel you were muted, and so you scuttled back. I can be a victim of bitchdom now. No, stand up, be tough. You should be heard. Dude, everybody that works on my team is a female, is a woman. I've hired all of them except for two. I've hired all of them. They're strong people. They're not, and dude, we talk about this. We do not tokenize shit. We are all designers. We make dope shit. We're not female designers and male designers. We are designers. So we are not the victim of things. We are empowered by those things. So dude, we got to get out of this place, the bitch. And by the way, I'm not wrapping this or pulling this into race stuff, by the way. So I don't want to see anything come through that, like, I'm a victim. Nah, dude, we got race issues to deal with for sure.
I just like that Sean has a book of women.
But dude, binders of women.
Binders, damn it.
Yep, nice try. So that's the point I want to make, though, is, dude, start clicking yourself out of and I'd love to hear comments about it, but click yourself out of this bitch thing and attaching yourself emotionally to it.
Can I say one thing, kind of piggybacking off that, Sean?
Yeah.
A woman that's held a power, you might say, very opinionated, stern, and I've never heard her referred to as like, oh, she's a bitch, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Michelle Obama. I think she's one of the most respected people. She's very, very, she will voice her opinion, not afraid to voice her opinion, and not afraid to call people out on shit. And I've never heard anybody be like, oh, she's being a bitch or anything like that.
She's
so
confident.
why is that verse?
But I will say conservative media can be a bit like, I mean, they've called her a gorilla and all kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, and that's like you said, that's back to the race thing. Like we were saying, it's gross, but also she's not running for something. Right. So it's like, I have, Trump's favorite line was, hey, she's a real nasty woman. And then it starts to, continually play in people's minds. Oh yeah, she is nasty. Yeah. She's this. Oh, she's shrill. She's, nails on a chalkboard. And so,
but there was some women that then owned that. They're like, I am a nasty woman, which I was like, that's dope. And they had shirts. I'm a nasty woman. I'm like,
and we've also, and being in reality, I hate when I feel like I have to defend him, dude, because I'm not. I'm just defending logic. That's all.
Yeah.
Is that he that's his go-to word, is you're being nasty. He says that to Jim Acosta all the time. He says that to the reporters. He says he's a nasty man. So I know that it feels real good because it's like, okay, hold on, I'm waiting for it to come down. He just said nasty. What's the next word? It's like a slot machine. He said nasty woman. Fuck yeah, let's get him. It's like, nah, dude, let's not just try to hit. I know I'm being Bill Burr a lot right now.
No. But I mean, that you bring up a valid point. He does. He has his list of go-tos of, tiny hands, nasty woman, little Marco, little person, little whatever. So yeah. I mean, he was
Lion Ted Cruz.
Yeah, Lion this or Lion Nancy, or
too.
And so that's the thing with that guy, is that he's not a politician, as where politicians knew there were lines that couldn't be crossed. This guy was like, it's like putting a comic in the arena of a politician. It's like, I'm gonna say the most hurtful shit to you and good luck. It's like it'd be like us going on roast battle and being like, why did you say that to me? Like, that was hurtful,
And I was just gonna,
it's not the place for it, man. Being president.
I was just gonna say one other thing too, is for Miss Anani. I didn't vote for Trump, and this is something that me and Sean disagree on. But and we've had debates about it. I think I liked Bernie Sanders, and I know Sean is not a fan of Bernie Sanders. Or like his political. But but Sean never was like, I mean, I have to go back and listen to the thing because I don't.
He respects your right to choose.
Yeah. But like but the email that from you got all that from us just saying, like, I don't think Hillary was a good choice.
I mean, I
that
think
stirs up in people.
She kind of addresses how she just kind of, something must have kind of struck her at that moment, and she kind of just got off on in her own email, and which is why she kind of ended it by just saying, hey, if I was mistaken, and disregard this whole thing. So,
but be clear though. Like, dude, it makes absolute sense why that all starts dripping though when you open up just that one little concern she has or what she wants to talk about. It starts dripping out all the other shit. And dude, honestly, the media hypes that up. When you're inundated, I would suggest, and I'm glad she wrote in. I think she makes great points, and I'm glad that she brought this topic up because I love talking about it with everybody. Do a thing. Everybody should do it. Look, I'd say this: social media, fine. Get off Twitter. Actually, like, delete your account. Make all your shit go away and just don't ever open it again. Twitter's a cesspool, and I imagine if we talked to Anani right now and said, "Hey, Let's look at your Twitter and see how much interaction you have with it and how often you read it. I bet that's one of the social medias she goes to and inundates her life with it to where this becomes part of what defines her. So
Yeah.
all these things puke out. It's
The
too bad. It's not a way to live.
Craziest thing, I don't know if you guys remember this. This is a few years ago. They created an artificial intelligence, and it learned how to communicate via Twitter, and it became a homophobic, racist.
Oh yeah,
like AI.
right.
Yeah. I mean, that's how crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome,
Right?
dude. I started following it. And, oh wait, what?
It started QAnon.
Finally, someone gets me.
Okay, Phil. Let's wrap it up with.
I was just gonna
go
say,
ahead.
Phil, are you okay on time, or you have to hurry it up?
I mean, I'm.
We'll
kind
do
of,
one
you
more
know,
email and then go. Is that
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
Okay.
That's
And
great.
to Anani, also, I just want to say, delete your social media, all that stuff, but don't delete your iTunes. Please rate, review, and subscribe. All right, go ahead, Phil.
Smooth. Okay, last one. and we'll wrap it up.
Okay. Let's wrap it up on a. Well, do you guys want to stick with more of a political one or just something totally off the wall?
Off the
No,
wall.
let's
Off
go.
the wall.
we
Okay,
did-
off the
we'll-
wall.
fun one.
Yeah.
All right. So this
Yeah.
one comes from another new consistent writer listener.
Mike. Mike.
No,
Right.
it's not. It's our friend Daphne.
Oh.
Love
And
that.
thank
Daphne.
you for writing in, Daphne. And she titled her email "The Look."
Oh, it even has a title. That means it probably has a plot and a twist.
So she says, thank you for writing in, Daphne. She said, "Hi guys. While watching the HollingsWorthless podcast, I noticed you guys know all about The Look. Let me explain. One of my coworkers has sort of a funny yet strange sense of humor. There are times they say some funny stuff, and then there are other times they say some really strange stuff. When they say the strange stuff, my other coworkers and I give them the look. It's the same look.
all the time. Yeah.
It's the same look you guys give Phil.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Sean. Your looks are priceless.
Yes.
Work
Thanks
on
for
it.
the laughs. We really need them in this chaotic world. Which comes from Daphne, loyal listener from Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
We love you,
Daphne.
Daphne.
She writes
You're the
into
best.
Love in Black and White too.
She
She's
does.
the best.
I
is.
love it.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Hey, you really read that great, Phil. All right.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
This,
yeah,
like
okay,
anything?
I got it.
yeah, let's I'm glad just like usual, right on time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through plugs. Jonathan, let's start with you.
Yeah. I'm actually taking this week off. I got nothing planned.
There you go.
So
Is there
dumb.
okay? All right, we'll leave it at that. And Sean's at the Mechanable, posts like multiple
At
times a
Mechanable.
day. You should follow him.
Yeah, man.
What if you, dude? What if like from all this, Sean, you blew up? All of us stayed about where we're at, and you just because Sean never logs in or fucking posts. But well, you log in, but you don't post. But let's say one day you just go and look, and you have like 2.5 million followers. And you have no posts for like a month, and be like, yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, good.
start
Blown
posting.
I should get on there.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I should. I don't know what to post.
Blow
but I
up.
should.
Manuals.
up.
Let's see. So make sure to follow us on Love in Black and White. Every Tuesday we drop our episodes. Along with that, I will be starting a sports podcast with my old high school basketball coach and one of my teammates. Think we're gonna call it Sports Car. It's with my coach Chris Carr and Jeff Roundtree. So yeah, man, and we're looking to have guests on there every now and then. So I'd love for you guys, one of the episodes be on there, man. I think it's gonna be just a once a month thing, but I would love if you could tune in. And if anybody out there knows how to do some graphic art, I might hit you up for a logo on that.
I'll give you some help on that, Manny.
Check out
Oh, who you
Canva,
can hit up.
Manny. I just
Okay.
heard about Canva.
Awesome. Thanks. And at Manny Martin Jr.
Phyllis,
Speaking about plugs, I got a new
you got a
butt.
butt plug?
Actually, I just bought a. Can I just tell you guys
There-
I just bought a flashlight and
There's
I tried it
Sean's
today for the
face.
first time.
Wait, hold on.
I-
Fuck.
I-
Why
I
did we
deleted
not bring
my-
this
I
up
deleted my-
up front?
Phil, said
I
this
deleted
again.
my Tinder. I deleted my Bumble. I deleted Hinge. I'm
It
good.
was
gotta-
so good. You socially disconnected.
I found
Oh.
my soulmate. I mean, for the price of a really nice dinner and movie, you too can find
Wait. Okay. Can I
a
tell you?
tunnel
Can I tell
of
you?
love.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my best friends, Carl. He was in the military. He was in Iraq, and his wife sent him a pocket, pussy, right? And he kept it in like a little Crown Royal bag. And they were looking for contraband. Somebody had brought cocaine into the whatever it was, and they were looking through the bags, and he was like, "Hey, yo, Staff Sergeant, you don't want to look in there. You're gonna be disappointed on what you find." And they're like, "Oh, we got the contraband," and they open it up, and it was the pocket pussy, man. So
I'm just
That's his
ripping out.
name now, dude. They call him Pocket Pussy now. That's fucked off.
Phil, did you really get a
Oh,
flashlight?
shit. Yeah, just
you
got
used
delivered
it.
today. I
Nobody knows
delivered
who that
and
was
used
that you
it
just did.
today. Yeah, it was great.
What
It was
would you
the
rate it?
Ignition Turbo. If you guys want to check that out online, and yeah,
You
if
should have got the R.
can't-
Kelly, the reignition.
And it
If you
comes in
can't
the
afford
shape
it-
of a. Never mind.
if you can't afford the total all at once, they do accept you to break those payments into 4 with Sezzle.
Oh,
I wish we
man.
were sponsored, but we're not.
We
but
should
anyway,
be after this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
Hilarious.
anyway, you can find me after that.
You
if
can
you
find
still
me
want
masturbating into a flashlight every night.
Just know I don't need to be satisfied right away because I can take care of myself. Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, Facebook dating, on Twitter.
Positive energy.
Yeah,
you got rid of all
yes.
these.
Positive energy at Like the Animal. Follow me and
Nice,
follow the
do it.
show. Rate, review, subscribe. I love you guys.
I honestly got lost in what the fuck he was talking about. I didn't know what was happening anymore.
Shout out to Brody Stevens, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I will next week. I'm doing a Don't Tell comedy show in Phoenix, which you can just go to Big Irish J. That's got all my dates. And with that, until next
Don't
week.
do it. Don't do it.
Here's me and Sean High.
If a person fucking listens to this till the end,
Yeah.
you deserve a prize. Your prize is to go to iTunes and rate or review this podcast. Give it 5 stars, you motherfuckers. Fucking say something nice. You fucks. I'm dying right now. You motherfuckers. I've been doing this fucking piece of shit for 5 years. I'm averaging about 2 fucking reviews a year. Go fucking write some, you motherfuckers. Oh, fuck.
That is the realest I've ever heard you.
God.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?